So let's tank some ancient dragons on my fighter. Not exactly the best setup, but it should just do the trick. Very similar build as what I've posted in my recent fighter tank build. We're only going to go with one modifier. I guess that's all we have in the party, but it is what it is. In the end of the day, you mainly just want those ridges. So we got the ancient red dragon. Does have the tank buster mechanic with its bite, so it can be a little bit nasty, something you gotta watch out for. We do have a paladin healer that'll help me out a lot with those added shields. We first rush in here with our line breaker. We try and rotate around for combat advantage, do our shield throw, enforce threat, use our block, our retaliate, and then cast our artifacts. And then we can go use another shield throw, and we can use our daily, and then we get bitten, nicely timed. And then we can just simply spam all of our encounters as they go off cooldown. And that's pretty much it for a fighter. Once you got that beginning done, it's very easy to hold aggro from there. The rest is just blocking what you can on your tab. You may as well just use your dig in, your tab. It costs you nothing. Unlike on a... oh, why did I die here? On a paladin, you have to use divinity to go in tab. But if you die, you gotta go use that enforced threat ASAP. Grab the aggro. And there we go. The healer, I guess, is apologizing because he wasn't on the ball to heal me through that bite. It's okay, it happens, and we phase him and we move on to the next area. Now we may as well try and use an altar before we jump into the next group of enemies, but no, we'll just jump into the group of enemies first. We'll use an altar after they kill those guys. See if I can find it in my inventory. Yeah, there we go. Use an altar, get rid of my skull, and proceed on. These adds don't deal much damage, don't really gotta worry about them, just move on. May as well get to the portal there early. They'll kill the adds and we can head through and get a bit of a head start, you know what I mean? Use line breaker, get around, shield throw. Let's block this and get the retaliate, excellent, that just adds our threat. Let's use our artifact and mount power and then our daily for the manticore and just added protection. Shield throw, line breaker, and just then rotating between our shield slam or whatever that's called, yeah, shield bash, and our dig in. That'll get our retaliate as soon as it's up, and just spamming down those encounters as usual. Pretty simple on a fighter tank, really, compared to paladin. Paladin feels a little bit squishier. I don't know why, but like I really love the binding oath from paladin, but it doesn't seem the fighter generates stamina all too slow compared to the paladin, and I don't even use any power to basically regenerate that stamina. I think it's because it has the ability to gain stamina whenever you use an encounter power, and you're using encounter power so quickly because they go off cooldown so quickly. Somebody died there. Alright. Not due to aggro, so not really my problem. We'll just try and survive through this. You probably can if you don't get bitten. He is flying, so he don't believe he does the bite mechanic, so that's something we don't have to worry about. He's standing down now. Okay, yeah, he's gone. Alright, we can proceed on to the next area. Wow, 3 people died, but not due to aggro, so again, not my problem. That's on the healer and on them for not avoiding certain mechanics. We can place an altar for them when we get to the door and these guys are dead. May as well use an enforced threat here, as that will increase everybody's damage against these enemies, and it's such short cooldowns on the fighter, it's crazy. Oh, we didn't put an altar, whatever. Use the line breaker, get in his face, get around. Okay, we get bitten, hopefully the healer's there. Excellent. And now we gotta use shield throw for aggro, and then enforce threat, and then use our arties, block this, use our mount power, use our daily, and then back to line breaker, shield throw, and then just switching between tab and dig in and our shield bash. I'll just move out of the areas, no need to be in there. Okay, didn't take too much damage from that, excellent. Let's block this. That's our retaliate, enforce threat, shield throw, and line breaker, and simply just spamming them all the time. It's so much different to the paladin with regards to encounter powers being off cooldown every like 10 seconds with a shield throw of 6 seconds with a retaliate every 10. You're basically attacking with encounter powers and other effects and dealing more damage than you would on, let's say, a paladin. And otherwise, I like the added team support with enforced threat. You just don't have the flexibility of, let's say, a paladin with smite being able to just use it whenever, or having Templar's Wrath where you can get the attention of enemies very easily. I believe they called artifacts, so whatever, I'll just cast mine now. We have been forgetting about our hawk this entire run, as it's not that important, as you see. Like, we may as well better off have a wondrous dragon here for extra damage resistance against dragons. That would probably help us a bit better than the hawk, since we realistically don't need it for this at all. Like, sure, I was running a band of air in the build I posted, not anymore because I moved that over to my warlock, which I'm building. Maybe the healers, they're good stuff. It's not needed for threat. Like, fighter has excellent threat. Just all these 3 threat and counter powers, absolutely no problems with retaliate on top of that. And then you have a shield bash at will with high magnitude. Actually, that's low magnitude. Oh yeah, that's when I'm blocking, it shows it like that. But shield bash when you're not blocking is 80 magnitude with increased threat. That's tons higher than on a freaking paladin, which only has 25 magnitude on its increased threat power. Anyway, overall, a lot easier on the fighter, even though the fighter is like really budget. Like, I had to stack up a lot of defensive stats to feel anywhere near as tanky as this on a paladin. It's a bit of a joke, but it is what it is, and each of them have their downs and upsides. So hopefully this is somewhat insightful to you guys as how I tank on my fighter, and specifically the red ancient dragon.